Hi, my name is David Hoselton and I'm the writer of Small Sacrifices. The teaser is based on this true story that happens in the Philippines on a regular basis. And there are people that actually crucify themselves, nail their hands to a cross, so it's sort of a passion play. I read about this one guy who had done it 19 years in a row. I just thought, what sort of dedication or what kind of insanity is that? Also, it would be a great character to come up against House, because the first thing House is going to say is, this guy's insane, why is he doing this? I thought it was just a really remarkable teaser to start with. The notion of having a wedding was something that all the writers came up with, and we said this would be a fun setting to put all our characters in together and to see what's House like at a wedding. People behave a little bit differently at weddings. You know, a wedding is sort of an inherently romantic setting, or at least in theory, but then when you put different couples in there and look at their different relationship histories, how are they going to respond to seeing the new bride and groom? So we said, let's bring our characters to various points in their relationship in this episode. And so we have the House-Cuddy relationship going down a certain path. We sort of want to play it where we are thinking that House and Cuddy are reaching this kind of terminal point of their relationship. Being House, he decides to prove to her that all people lie, including her. And so he actually traps her in several lies, and in each case, you know, she manages to get out of it or justify it. Ultimately, he comes to the conclusion that he has to apologize to her, and he does. But then, of course, we find out at the end that that was a Housing apology as well. We have the Taub-Rachel relationship that's sort of coming to a head. Taub is a really interesting character just because he's this guy that has done all this stuff in the past, and his wife has sort of tolerated it, and now the shoe is on the other foot. The difference is she's not really having a physical affair like he has, but he's trying to equate the two, physical affair and emotional affair. She says that they're two completely different things. Sam and Wilson have another relationship crisis. You know, Wilson, even though kind of on the surface he's a much nicer person and all that stuff, he's also a very damaged character as well. I mean, his best friend is House, so what does that tell you about him? He reconnects with his ex-wife, they really have a wonderful time, but ultimately there's going to be something broken about that, and his failing was being too honest with his girlfriend, and by the end of the episode Wilson is, you know, single once again. And then sort of for fun we said, well, what are we going to do with Chase and Foreman? And you know, they're sort of stuck together, the two guys going stag basically, and of course Chase takes off on them and leaves them and all that kind of stuff. It was a lot of fun to shoot all that wedding stuff.